We are all of us invented. We are all of us cobbled together out of cartilage and dust. Few of us know with any certainty the name of our maker, but I do. Bram Stoker, born 8 November 1847, Dublin. A sickly child who loved his mother. A young man who, like all young men, fell in with a crowd. Yes, that crowd. That theater crowd. And our young Bram entered the theatrical profession in as low and base a manner as one possibly can. As a critic. In 1897, at age 50, Bram Stoker published a book that would in time become his definitive work. And in doing so, he made me. He gave to me a name. Renfield. And he gave to me something more. Something that so many of you wish for, pray for, beg for, yet will never attain. Immortality. I have never forgiven him that.
And that way, after we are married, I'll be able to serve as Jonathan's stenographer. I shall take down his thoughts in shorthand. And then later transcribe them onto a typewriter, proving very helpful in his work as a solicitor.
How fascinating.
He's keeping a business journal of his trip abroad.
Journal, really?
Yes, in shorthand. And when he comes back, I'll be able to put my new training to good use.
I see.
You know, shorthand is a more difficult art than more people realize. It requires a certain sensibility.
Be mine forever!
Lucy! Oh, stop it!
I won't stop. She'll put an end to all this talk of shorthand and journals and business.
But it's been so long.
Then don't talk to me of numbers and letters. Tell me about your heart. Tell me about your heart.
My heart is resolute.
Forget your heart. Tell me about your body. Tell me what thoughts of Jonathan do to your skin and your blood and your
You see, you're shameful.
Then shame me. You're my one true girlfriend. You alone can talk to me of things that dare not be in this room. Very well. You become a practical young woman about to marry a man who leaves you cold.
No, not cold. Not cold at all. Sometimes when I think that my hands begin to tremble, my lips become wet and my heart races in my throat. Mina, he's been gone a week and already I've not heard a single word from him and my body just aches for him. What am I to do?
What happened when you get a letter from him?
His words make my hopes sing.
My darling Mina, I write to you from the heart of the Carpathian Mountains. I'm spending the night in the streets at a fine hotel recommended by my client, the Count. Tomorrow he shall send his carriage for me and we will begin our work at his castle. I'm told that this region, known as Transylvania, is one of the wildest and least known portions of Europe. How fortunate I am in my work allows me exotic trips to strange and distant countries as this. And the food, oh, tonight I ate an eggplant stuffed with forcemeat. They call it implatata. And before you ask, the answer is yes, I did get a copy of the recipe for you. After dinner, though, this strange old woman, reeking of garlic, took me aside and told me tomorrow was St. George's Day, and therefore I should not travel to visit the Count. She began wailing that at midnight dead spirits will rise up and evil will hold sway over the land. What amusing pagans these people are. She went actually so far as to press her rosary into my hand. I decided to keep it as a delightful souvenir of the earnestness of these strange, misguided souls. Oh, sweet Mina, my heart rejoices at the thought of you. I shall be home safely and soon. Your loving husband-to-be, Jonathan.
Jonathan! Oh, my sweet Mina, not only my heart rejoices,
Lucy, you're mad.
but oh, so much more of me. You fill me up with solicitous longings.
Not till we're married, I've told you.
Married in the eyes of whom?
In the eyes of the moon.
Which is rich and full of permission. Now what do you say?
Come and let me have the all of you.
Mina!
Miss Lucy,
Go away, I'm dead.
Miss Lucy, that gentleman's here again.
What gentleman?
Mr. Stewart, the doctor.
The doctor? Lucy.
What shall I tell him? Tell him to go away and come back tomorrow. I am indisposed. Why did you tell me? Oh, and do open the window on your way out. How many times must I tell you?
There to be no secrets between us. That's been our pact since we were children. There's supposed to be a bond of trust between us. Tell me.
Oh, Mina, can't you guess? I am in love. Oh, how bountiful is the world and how true the proverbs.
Proverbs.
It never rains, but it pours. Oh, Mina, I'm not indisposed. I'm undecided.
As to whether to marry him or not.
No. Which one of them to marry?
There's more than one.
Three suitors. Me, who all this time never had even one. 2 of them have already proposed.
Which ones?
There is Mr. Homewood, the judge. And Mr. Morris, the Texan.
Does he have horses?
Horses are the least of what he has.
Lucy!
And now, Dr. Seward. Only 33 and already in control of an immense lunatic asylum. He is well versed in the arts of human interpretation and hypnosis. Oh, I can fancy what a wonderful power he must have over his patients.
Oh, Lucy, what will you do?
Oh, Mina, I can't then let a girl marry 3 men and save all this trouble. Yes, I know, that is heresy, and I must not say it, but all this happiness is making me so utterly miserable. Oh.
Dear Lucy, hold tight and have hope. My love is away and your loves are too near. Come, we shall mingle our tears together.
My dear Mina, what a place I am in. Mr. Dawkins never let on what a grand job he had assigned to me. I shall have to thank him upon my return. The coachman came as scheduled. He loaded my things in silence and we took off into the night. The chill night air was pierced by the thrilling call of wolves, seemingly hundreds of them. And, in fact, when I lit a match to check my watch, the reflection cast upon the carriage window gave the impressions of hundreds of pairs of glowing red eyes staring at me from the countryside. It gave me quite a fright. When we arrived at the castle, the coachman unloaded my things with but a single hand, and I failed to get a look at his face. When I mentioned the swiftness of his horses, though, all he said was the dead travel fast. The Count, for his part, was ever so cordial, and seeing my fatigue, led me directly to this room. It was well appointed, and not unlike a home in England, save for its complete lack of mirrors. We could learn, I'm sure, from his noble absence of vanity.
Hello, Dr. Seward.
Do please comment on, won't you? Sorry to disturb you yesterday. It was rather impulsive of me.
Not at all, I was
Indisposed, yes, the maid told me.
sickly, actually.
Oh, in what way, a fever?
Yes, a fever.
And now, are you feeling better now?
I don't know. Am I? Well,
There's but one thing out of the ordinary.
what is that?
Your incomparable beauty. You're not elusive as I, they carry illness. It eats at me day and night, and its only remedy lies in the very heart which afflicts me. Your heart. May I speak? My dear Lucy, let me say it out loud. I work with lunatics. An amusing statement, yes, a cavalier admission in the eyes of the world, but the world does not see what I see. Every day in ways too intricate to mention, I get a glimpse into the mad souls of men. From this I've learned the following, that we have all of us a secret life, and whilst we are loath to divulge it, we do upon occasion grant access to it. We do in rare and remarkable ways allow one person proximity to our hidden self. What I know of you, Lucy, is dear to me. What I'll never know is dearer still. So please accept me and bid me stay. Have me stay here and be to your final days adored and cherished above all women. Oh! That I be struck dumb! That I be cast out to sea and pummeled into driftwood! Oh, my sweet, kind-hearted Lucy, I'm a brute! I'm carrion for vultures and worms! I've brought tears to the very eyes where I least intended them. You can't love me now. That is a clear and stinging prognosis, and I must accept it, but tell me, dare I hope, could you learn to love me in time? There's someone already. Your heart making way for your hand is previously betrothed, am I right? I feared as much. Two forever gained at the loss of a third. Hear me now. From this moment on, your happiness is my fondest wish. If your heart were free, and I might have hope, but without hope I give you something far stronger, eminently wiser. My friendship. Whatever you have need of it is yours for the asking. And in return, if I could have a remembrance, like your mirror, which has held your image as vividly as I. Yes, Lucy. Maybe something to keep the doctors back. Well, that is done then. We have been rebuffed. The world is empty. There's nothing worth doing. Fortunately, there is one way in which a wounded heart may be revenged. The hand of one's own work. Renfield! How is he?
Oh, quite well, sir.
Honest behavior.
Not a thing out of the ordinary.
I told you to keep him to his madness. How can I study him if you allow him to revert to his sanity? Get out of my sight!
You've been crying.
Do what?
Mind your step. There's life there.
Spiders are nearly doubled.
I lure them. I house them. The world feeds on the carcass of itself. Can I smell you?
Do what?
Please. Please. Salt, I think. Salt and perfume. You too have been in the presence of life.
Oh, for God's sake.
Life tastes good, doesn't it, John?
You trained the sparrow, I see.
Yes, a good bird, lad. Why won't she marry you?
What are you talking about?
Well, I should brood if I were you. I should brood and think of sporadic killings. Yes, sporadic killings. Good.
And why, Renfield? Why are you eating the flies and spiders?
I have a great love for animals.
No illusions today. I'm not of the mood. Now again, tell me. I want to know.
They are life. They give life to me. I absorb it. Blood running into blood.
And the notebook.
No.
You have a plan of some kind.
No.
First the flies and the spiders, now the sparrow. You must have a plan!
No!
I shall solve you, Renfield. You are a life-eating maniac, and I shall solve the riddle of your mind. I'm not afraid of this world's rampant complacency. To question is to discover. Men sneered at vivisection, yet look at its results today. Why not therefore advance science in its most difficult and vital access, the brain? For if I help keep to just one lunatic, why my own branch of science could be looked to such lofty esteem that burning Sanderson's physiology would be nothing, as if...
And Miss Lucy would give her hand.
Shut up!
May I have a kitten?
Go on.
Please. Oh, please. A little playful kitten that I can play with and teach and feed and feed and feed. No one would refuse me a kitten, would they?
How is it you know her name? Tell me! Miss Lucy, how do you know her name?
My master.
To what?
My master told me.
Oh, sweet Mina, I'm more in a sea of wonders. I think strange things that I dare not confess, even to my own soul. There's something of a nightmare about this place. I fear my superstitions may soon arrive within me. And the Count, my host, what manner of man is this? I feel the dread of his presence overwhelming me. I'm encompassed about by terrors I dare not think of.
Come for me. The master has come.
What on earth is he going on about?
The storm, I think it set him off.
Renfield, what are you talking about?
My master grows near.
The what? Who?
The bridesmaids rejoice at the coming of the bride, but when the bride draweth nigh, the maiden shine not.
I think he's at a reckoning. I think he's found God.
I hope not. Religious mania and homicidal tendencies make for a very rapid combination. Renfield, what are you doing?
Well, I must be clean for my master.
Wait. here. What has happened to that? Oh my God! Find him now!
The digging. All day and night, the digging, the constant digging. Oh, far away, Mina, if only I knew what it meant. Large wooden boxes have been moved away these last 3 days and nights. But what was it all for? I fear I am the only living soul within this place. Everywhere I go, doors, doors, doors everywhere. All locked and bolted. I'm a prisoner. And now I know, Mina.
Oh, no! I want to see the ship!
Renfield, let him go!
It should have been nice to have.
Now I know what I'm doing. It's for the world, you monster.
You'll be punished, I promise you!
Away from special land.
Listen
Never
to
mind. Must you, Mina?
Listen to it howl. The master is at hand.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Ghost ship sails to port. Dead captain tied the wheel. Extra, extra. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good day.
It happened just as they said.
Yes.
What could have... It's horrible to think of. Did any of the crew survive?
Only a dog, they say.
A dog?
A large grey dog which leapt from the ship, or so they say.
One of the ship made it to port in a storm such as this?
A miracle.
Oh, pardon my manners, I don't believe we've met. I'm John Stewart.
You have the as a limb, do you not?
Yes, I do. And you are...
Harker. Jonathan Harker.
True pleasure, Mr. Harker. I've heard of you from Miss Lucy Westenra. You're engaged to her good friend, Miss Mina Murray, I believe.
Yes, and you to Miss Lucy. I'm told she's quite beautiful.
How, odd to meet you here.
Where would you have us meet?
Yes, well, quite. Good to, though. Finally.
Well, they say the ship's captain was a righteous man. Is this, you suppose, the fate of righteous men?
This fact, strangest of all, apparently he lashed himself to the ship's wheel with his own rosary.
Yes.
We'll never know, will we?
Well, that depends, I suppose.
On what?
On what it is that you're hoping to know. Good day.
And then?
And I've told you enough.
No, I mustn't know.
And then? Found you on the cliff, lying amidst the rocks. It's a wonder you didn't fall. Then I wrapped you in a blanket and brought you home. It's all right there. Sit for Dr. Seward.
Mina. Promise me something. Promise you don't know of these odd things. Not even my family.
I promise.
And what of you? What news have you of Jonathan?
No news at all. It's been a fortnight and not a single word from him.
Ladies, you must be Miss Mina.
Thank you for coming. Lucy commends your skill as a doctor.
More minds electric than bodies, but I'll see what I can do. How is she?
Weak and pale. Please.
Hello, Lucy.
Okay.
When did all this begin?
Storm last night. I slept poorly.
Bad dreams.
Yes.
Can tell me.
It's very vague.
Try, Lucy.
There was a dog howling.
Dog.
Or many of them, hundreds or more, as if the whole town were full of them. And I seemed to be sinking into the water. Green water, and there was a singing in my ears, and then... Go on. And something very sweet and very bitter, all at once, all around me. Felt everything passing away from it, as if my soul left my body and was floating about in the air. And then Mina woke me and told me I'd been dreaming.
Dr. Seward, what is it?
There's a mark on your neck.
A mark.
A red mark, as though you'd been kissed there. Have you been?
No, John.
Begin with your blood.
My blood.
Assess its qualities to discover any malady that may reside within.
All right, Lucy, do as he says.
Oh, Miss Lucy,
Yes.
may I have your hand? Miss Mina, if you could wrap that for me.
John, you are my true friend.
Miss Mina, a letter's arrived me.
And where is it posted?
Of my husband, and I'm in Budapest.
Mina, I pray the news is. Shh, save your strength. I shall tell you all about it when we return. I'll be right there.
Keep a watchful eye on her and see that she does not leave this room.
I won't.
Miss Mina, if I may, you're as remarkable as Lucy described.
As are you, Dr. Seward.
I had occasion to meet your fiancé, Jonathan Harker, earlier today. He seems a fine man. What?
But that's impossible. I've not heard from him in months.
Oh.
Until just now. It's the
perhaps-
first word I've had of him in ages.
Maybe it was.
Why did you say such a thing?
I didn't. I didn't. But
So warm, John. Don't you open the window?
What business do you have here?
Say it.
I beg your...
This is the home of Miss Lucy, is it not?
I
Then
accuse...
say it. You're quite beautiful, you know that, don't you? Please, do what I'm thinking. Say it.
You may enter.
Remember me, won't you?
Oh, yes.
like brain fever. Jonathan, your eyes. All light, resolution has gone from them. You say in a few days you'll be well enough to travel. They've given me your things, but your briefcase was not among them. Only this. And I'm not sure whether this has anything to do with what...
Mina, we've spoken of trust between a husband and a wife. There should be no concealments, no secrets between us. I have been driven mad. But amidst that torture, there was one gift. The loss of my memory. I have no idea what happened to bring me here. I have no idea which things are real and which are the insidious dreams of the madman. The answer is here, in my journal. I want you to take it. Keep it. Read it if you must, but never let me know. I have no desire to return to those bitter hours or ghastly days. So take this, and keep it to your heart only. May this prove the final secret between us, so long as we two shall be alone.
There. This is done. Let's go home.
Your mother is indisposed, as are the servants.
Mina, help me!
Miss Mina too is gone. We're alone, Lucy. Ah. Your friend Dr. Stewart has examined your blood and found it to be rich and healthy. I share his diagnosis.
What are you? What do you want of me?
I want your fear. Your fear like a current rushes through your body. Your fear makes your heart pound. It renders your veins rich and full. Your fear explodes deliciously within you. Do what I'm thinking.
It's only a dream, Lucy. You've been sleepwalking again. And Mina will keep your secrets. When you wake, you shall remember only the cry of a wolf and the crash of the sea.
I am here, Master. I am here to do your bidding. Now that you are near, I await your commands.
Renfield, what is it?
And I pray you, do not pass me by, dear Master. When you distribute your glorious tidings, do not pass me by. You're out late.
What?
And though she's promised to another, you keep watch. You maintain an avid readiness.
I am not maintaining.
And we can wait, can't we, Johnny? Clever men that we are. We can wait for the riches to fill our cup. Do not forget me! We are one man, Johnny. And we host a common longing. I await my master's gifts as you await her deep mysteries.
I shall truly solve you, Renfield. I shall unearth the mad logic of your mind. Now again, I demand to know, who is your master?
We are men at the mercy of angels.
Dr. Seward,
Not now.
it's Miss Lucy, sir.
The unexpected always happens.
You're my friend and master, and you know more about obscure diseases than anyone in the world. You're a philosopher, a metaphysician, and the most advanced scientist of your day. You have an absolutely open mind, an iron nerve, a temper of ice, an indomitable resolution, and the kindliest and truest heart that beats. These things provide the equipment for the noble work that you are doing for the good of mankind. I entreat you now, with an all-embracing humility, to come to the aid of my dear, sweet Lucy. To be clear, I am not a slave to flattery. Man's reputation is the most imperfect science of all. I, for one, would love to meet the man whom young Dr. Seward describes. No. What swayed me was the blunt accuracy of his postscript. P.S. Do remember that I once saved your life.
Since every day she's growing more pale, weaker, gasping for breath.
Miss Lucy, can you get? I'm Abraham Helsing. I've come from Amsterdam at Dr. Seward's request. I must ask you a question or two. Would that be all right? Good. Now, have you suffered from a fall lately, or a fright of some kind? Anything out of the ordinary?
Only the dreams.
Tell me.
I tried not to sleep. I tried so hard not to sleep. I must have slept. The clock struck 12 and woke me. There was a scratching, a flapping of some kind at the window. Could that have been?
Oh, the wind perhaps, the rustle of trees.
And the drapes. What do you remember?
A wolf howling. And the sound of the sea.
Anything else?
Only that.
I see. I want you to drink this. It's a bit of brandy and a sleeping aid. It will help you to rest.
I don't want to sleep. I'd rather die than ever sleep again. This weakness comes to me in my dreams and I'm unclean. It's as if there was no hair at all. As if, you must wake me from my dreams.
Here, drink this. Drink this and rest.
You're right here, Lucy. I shan't leave your side.
Who has access to this room?
Only her mother, the maid, myself. Why?
I'll not to speak to them. Don't ask just that yet. There may be costs. There's always costs for everything. She wants blood, my friend. And blood she must have. She will die. Roll up your sleeve. There's no time to waste.
I've never seen such instruments.
The gas and paraphernalia of our beneficial trade.
It's a blood transfuser, isn't it? I've read about those.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Bram's pump will take blood from your vein and transfer it to yours.
Fears her dreams, but dreaming alone cannot render such havoc. I remember nothing from my studies.
Remember, my friend, that memory is stronger than knowledge is stronger than memory, and we must not trust the weaker. Lift your arm a degree. Good. The case of your dear miss is one which may be, now mind I say may be, of such great importance, we may increase the canon of the knowledge of the canon of catastrophe.
You speak as if formulating a theory.
Be this not love in its true sense. Transfer from the full veins of one to the empty veins of another. Now, John, my friend, this word of caution. You deal with madmen. All men are mad in one way or the other. And as you deal discreetly with your madmen, so we must deal with ours.
My baby.
The rest of the world, John. We must keep knowledge in its place. We must keep what we learn here and here. Trust only one another with these secrets.
I speak as though laying a game.
Trust me, John. There is no jest in what I do. Only life and death. Perhaps more.
Lucy, what has happened to her?
She's resting now. Dr. Van Helsing has just completed a transfusion of blood. Professor, Lucy's dear friend, Miss Mina Murray.
Hello.
An honor. We've done all we can at present.
But what of the cause?
A mystery involved the pursuit.
You've just returned from Budapest.
Yes.
Mr. Harker, how is he?
He is restored, God be thanked. His good humours return and his terrors have abated. Coming home, it seems, has proven the best of medicines. Here he is. Jonathan, this is Dr. Seward and Professor Van Helsing. They've been helping our dear Lucy.
It is the man himself. Just now, on the street outside. With my own eyes, I saw him. It's the Count.
Darling, what do you say?
But he's grown young. The gray hair, the weather paste, they're all gone. It was such a huge change. I thought my eyes had been mistaken, but there's no mistake. It was truly he.
You're home.
No, I was his solicitor. Would that I had my knife on me then.
No.
Yes. No. That thought would drive me mad. I've loosed him on England. An ever-widening circle of death. I brought him to these shores. I had my chance, but I did nothing. Nothing. That failure will not go.
No! Get him! Get his arm! Get to the other room!
Forgive me, God! God, forgive me!
Prepare a syringe! Morphine! Get through! 10 milligrams! He's called now. Miss Nina.
Shadowy pall seems to come over our happiness.
I have knowledge how to allay your fears, but the web of our mystery is not yet spun.
Knowledge is useless to the dead.
On the contrary, it is on the count of the dead that I have come.
Fearsome truth lies here within. Jonathan's trust has willed these words to remain unread. But I must know what has brought him to this horrid precipice. Professor, will you help me?
Welcome to my home. Enter freely and go safely, leaving something of the happiness you bring.
Count Dracula?
I am Dracula, and I bid you enter. The night air is chill, and you must need rest. The trip is arduous, but the destination worthwhile.
I brought the information you've requested regarding the properties in London. Furthermore, Mr. Dawkins, my superior...
Mr. Harker.
Yes?
You have traveled far. Let your host see to your pleasure before you see to his business. Would you prefer an aperitif, perhaps?
Yes, that would be quite nice.
I pray you, sit down and relax. A gift from Attila. The Huns were despicable, but they knew their wines.
Oh, I see. Passed down then, from an ancient recipe?
A gift from an ancient adversary.
Won't you join me then?
Won't you join me then?
Pardon?
You must excuse me, Mr. Harker, but I must study you. I must learn your ways. How is it?
Yeah, quite true.
Yes.
You don't partake?
Of wine?
Yes.
No, not of wine.
If it be not too bold,
Bold? Yes, that is the way of things in London, is it not? Bold. Please, I must know all I can of your city.
So you've never been?
No, I have never been, but I have my maps and charts, and my books, my many books. And as I read, I imagine. And as I imagine, I hunger.
London is a fine city.
More to the point, friend, it is a crowded city. How I delight in thinking of the bustling streets, peopled with the mad whirl and rush of humanity. Oh, to be in the midst of that banquet of life.
I should, I think, rather enjoy the countryside. The open spaces, the riding, the hunting.
Oh, you hunt, do you?
When time allows.
And pray tell, what do you hunt?
Bear, elk, the occasional deer.
Knife or bow?
Both, actually.
I believe I shall like you, Mr. Harker. I, too, enjoy the occasional deer. We Carpathians are brave and fierce people. We have bravery and conquest in our veins. It is no wonder that when the Turks poured their thousands upon our lands, we drove them back. Legion after legion they came, and we drove them to heaven instead. We are a fierce people, Mr. Harker, with the wealth of victories like the Habsburgs and the Romanovs will never know.
You speak with the passion of one who was there.
Da Vinci have I known, Charlemagne, Beethoven. But great men like galaxies end as dust. We Carpathians have come to know that the early times, the warlike days are over. In our world, Mr. Harker, blood is too precious a thing to be spilt. But it is near morning, and I have spoken too long. I must retire. I leave you then to your rest. One thing more, Mr. Harker. You may go anywhere you like in the castle, except where the doors are locked, where of course you would not wish to go. We are in Transylvania, Mr. Harker, and Transylvania is not England. Our ways are not your ways, and there will be to you many strange things. What did you see with my eyes and know with my knowledge you would better understand? Good night, then. Good morning.
Please, read on.
Afraid of mistaken, Professor. There's nothing here to enlighten us.
These notes, this shorthand, were written for a reason. I beg you, read on.
So travel notes. Business dealings with an aging nobleman. The secret Jonathan spoke of must be...
Listen to me. Hidden in this verse, the dark creases of books, and the swirl of ink on innocent pages, hidden there are violent and mysterious things. For to reach in the darkness, and bring Jonathan a glimpse of peace, we must from this moment on be relentless. We must know the all of it. Now, Page forward, listen. I pray you. Page forward. Read on.
Who's there?
You needn't turn. I don't wish to disturb you. Only to study you. To learn the curve of your neck.
I shall be leaving in the morning. I had not intended to stay an entire week, and seeing as our business is nearly complete...
Mr. Harker,
Yes?
you've cut yourself.
I know. So I have.
Please. Allow me. The children of the night. What beautiful music they make. Take care, Mr. Harker. Take care how you cut yourself. It is more dangerous in this country than you think.
Where are my papers? My notes, my letters, the deed to the property itself, as yet unsigned, gone!
You've been blessed with the disappearance. How fortunate.
But this journal, how did it survive?
Shorthand. You knew not its contents.
And my clothes. All but what I have on are missing.
I shall provide you with a nice gentleman's cape. Now, please, tell me of my new home.
I've told you. For a week now, I just...
Please, I must be certain. Is it an old place?
Yes. As I've told you every night, it was formerly...
I'm so glad, Mr. Harper, for I am an older man. Old in ways which few can rival or understand, and to live in a new home will kill me. Please, tell me the name again. Excellent. A fine and noble name. And its location.
It's good.
Splendid. Splendid.
Wait, go back. You must know. The name and place, you must know it.
But there's nothing here.
You see that?
The page has been burned. Burned away in two places.
Can that be?
And as for the light, tell me, is it well appointed?
Well, no. Actually, it's quite shrouded in darkness.
I'm so glad, Mr. Harker, for I do love the shade and the shadow, the potent quiet and solitude of the night.
But there's no quiet here! Only the digging! I'm forever hearing that sound. Shovels digging, doors being opened and shut.
Only the gypsies below doing my bidding.
The large boxes been all the way these last 3 days and nights?
That work is entrusted to another solicitor. I beg you not to press me further, my friend. I must go to England. I am starving here. For want of companionship. For want of life. Here is the deed. It lacks only your signature. Please, Mr. Harker, finish what you've started. Your good deed shall be rewarded tenfold.
I want to leave.
Very well.
I want to leave tonight.
I'm afraid that is impossible.
Why?
My coachman and horses are away.
I'll walk.
Alone? Among the wolves?
I'll hazard a chance. Now point me to the door.
Mr. Harker, I shall point you to all the doors.
No, wait.
You English have a phrase, welcome the coming and speed the parting guest. And you see, Mr. Harker, I am quite happy to speed your parting.
No, I must go.
I have all I need of you, Mr. Harker. Your work here is at an end.
No!
Mina, I must warn them. Warn them of the boxes of earth.
And I shall carry your memory with me to England.
No.
Miss Mina, I beg you, put yourself through no more tonight. That's enough.
back to your place. Your time with him shall come. Tomorrow I set sail for England, and then he shall be yours. Then you may feast upon him at your will.
And tonight?
What of it?
Are we to have nothing tonight?
No! My God!
So my great good thanks to you, Mr. Harker. I shall leave you in the good hands of the loving Carpathian people.
Master!
No!
And I, Mr. Harker,
I am here, Master!
My God, it's true!
I am bound for England.
The outer gate, as you say, is guarded at all times.
Yes.
And there's no other access to this room.
None whatsoever. The room was built for dignitaries who on occasion would visit the asylum to prove that they were friends of those less fortunate. Most quickly found, however, they couldn't stomach the inmates and thus spent their time safely locked away in here. What is it?
Just a bit of dirt.
I'll have the staff be more thorough.
See to it they allow no strangers to enter.
They won't, I assure you.
Assurance is not enough, John. They must be vigilant. They must be constantly on guard against the unknown at all times. Pay special attention to the doors and windows.
Professor, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Miss Lucy needs to be moved from her home to a safe place. We've provided her that here at the asylum.
But safe from what?
Be prepared, John. Not to think, do not ignore the unthinkable. As you think it, remember our promise to not enlighten and thus not alarm the others. There's misery enough among them.
But what effect will garlic have on a loss of blood?
Perhaps none, perhaps all. John, you have been of great help to her. And no less than blood, she is your bride.
No man knows till he experiences it, what it is to feel one's own life drawn away into the veins of the woman he adores.
And I trust in your inspection you noticed the marks on Miss Lucy's neck.
Yes, I did.
And you mean to say you have no suspicion as to what is killing her, dear miss?
Nervous prostration following on great lack of blood.
And what caused the loss of that blood? John, it is the fault of our science that it needs to explain everything. And if it fails, then it says there is nothing to explain.
But if her blood, great quantities of her blood were lost through her wound in the neck, where did it go? It wasn't on her bedding or clothes, it was nowhere to be found. If it happened, as you say, what took it out?
Package has arrived for you, Professor.
Splendid. If you will place it on the bed. And Miss Lucy?
She's on her way.
Oh, I'll see her up. Excuse me.
Professor Van Helsing, I must...
Ah, Miss Mina, how can I tell you what I owe to you? Mr. Harker's journal is as sunshine to me. It opened a door shrouded in mystery and disregard, and dazzled me within sight.
Yes, I gather that, but even still, I must ask...
If ever Abraham Van Helsing can do anything for you or yours, if ever I may serve you as a friend, I trust you'll let me know. There are darknesses in this world, and there are lights, and you, Miss Mina, are sure to find the lights.
There is something.
Please.
Lucy has told you of her dreams, but I fear they are not dreams.
What do you mean?
Many nights I would wake to find her gone, walking in her sleep towards the cliffs. Many nights I would bring her home. Then she began to grow ill. Professor, she has pledged to me her confidence, so I must ask of you.
Miss Mina, your words have my trust. Now, when you found her at the cliffs, was she alone?
Yes, each time but one. There was a man, or a shadow of a man, all in black. His face in shadow. I thought nothing of it at the time until reading Jonathan's journal and his description of the Count, of his plans to come to London. It seemed to have a very strange thread of continuity. You laugh and think me foolish.
My dear, I have learned never to belittle anyone's beliefs, no matter how strange. For it is not the ordinary things which close our minds, but the extraordinary things, Those mysteries on the fringe of our thinking.
This then is my request. I want to know things as you know them. Learn them as they become useful to you.
Miss Mina, Mr. Harker's sufferings fall within the range of my
Pledge
experience.
me your friendship, Professor. Is your promise a worthy one or no?
Here we are.
It's just as you described.
Professor.
Cut my words.
But you said nothing of the smell, my God.
Medicinal contrivance, nothing more.
And one of us will stay with you here at all times to assure your safety and to keep watch.
And this Lucy, is for you.
Such flattery to the unwell received. Oh, Professor, what a beautiful wreath. I shall hang it on it.
It's to be worn.
Warm.
Like this.
Garland around the window is one thing, sir, but I'm afraid I cannot.
It will guard against your bad dreams, Miss Lucy.
But it's common garlic. I fear you're having a joke on me, Professor.
I warn you, do not thwart me. I beg you, not for your own sake, this for the sake of the others. There is no jest in what I do, only grim purpose.
Well, I trust you have your reasons, Professor, but I must say, it puzzles me. For a stranger to walk in, you'd think you were working a magical spell to keep out an evil spirit.
Maybe I am.
Dr. Renfield,
What is it?
it's Renfield, sir.
You must come. John, may I go with you? This madman may serve as an index for our investigation.
John,
In what way?
Have not his outbursts coincided with Miss Lucy's bad dreams? We leave you in the best of hands.
Professor!
Ah!
What is happening to me?
Lucy, you mustn't think of it. Need only to rest and get better.
Mina, I want you to promise me something.
Anything at all.
Promise you'll forgive me.
Don't be silly. Forgive you for what?
Something I know not of. There are dark imaginings in me. I fought to rid myself of them, but they rise up within me unbidden, bringing colour to my cheeks and a sickly taste to my mouth. God help me, Mina, I don't know what I've become.
And do let me recount how she came into the room. Such joie de vivre, such an easy gracefulness which would command the respect of any lunatic. For easiness is the one quality mad people respect the most. Arrived from Gloucester. Pray what news?
What on... Where did this chair come from?
From one who holds me in high esteem.
From the one you call master.
Oh, where did you find him?
Yeah.
The girl, John. The girl. No wonder you're heartbroken. She came by using an assumed name. I found that dashing. We talked. I told her of my fondness for Mozart, but she bested me with her treatise on Bach.
Miss Lucy has been up in her room all day.
She's a clever girl, John. Call herself Mina. Claim to be lost. Then again, we're all lost in here, aren't we?
You're speaking of Miss Mina, then?
Well, in what you will, right, Johnny? Any bribe will do.
I will not tolerate this!
Her voice like water. Could you point me to the guest room? I seem to have taken a wrong turn. I quote her sonnet, sent her on her way. Lovely creature. She shall be missed.
Missed. Do say more. In what way would she be missed?
I entreat you to let me out here, Dr. Seward. Send me anywhere you will, where you must, or I will be forced to do something terrible.
What would that be?
I am in great danger, sir.
You're no danger at all. You're perfectly safe right where you are.
I'm speaking from the depths of my soul. You don't know what you do by keeping me here. You don't know whom you shall harm. And I bound to secrecy cannot tell you.
You shall stay here until the court deems you fit. And these wild harangues of yours no longer further your wish to be considered sane.
Send me where you will. Bind me, beat me, drag me away, tie me to a rock and throw me in jail. Do what you want.
Calm yourself and explain.
Hear me. By all you hold sacred, by all you hold dear, for your love that is lost, for your hope that still lives, for the sake of the dear God Almighty.
That's enough now.
I am no lunatic and a mad fit, Johnny, can't you see? I am cured. I'm a sane man, fighting for his soul.
See that he goes absolutely nowhere.
Hear me now. Ah, God! Ah!
Ah! And now what is your thesis now?
My thesis is this. I want you to believe.
Believe what?
To believe in things which you cannot. That is the essence of faith. To accept things which cannot be proved.
With all due respect, Professor, my patience for your cryptic homilies is rapidly coming to an end.
Why is it, John, that there have been people who believed in all places and all times, that there are so few who live on always, that there are men and women who cannot die?
I did what I could to warn you. Remember that.
I'm afraid. Miss Mina, if I may, did you have occasion to speak to one of my inmates earlier today?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did. I became lost. I entered a corridor and opened a large door. I found myself amongst your inmates. I was quite flummoxed, I assure you. I went to Count Renfield.
Count!
So he called himself. Well, I shall leave our dear Lucy to you. She's sleeping more peacefully now. Her colour is restored.
Mr. Harker, how is he?
He's met with Professor Van Helsing and with good results, I think. May God's kindness be with us all.
Miss, come quickly, miss! Hurry! Find Professor Van Helsing, send him directly here. Tell him they're gone. The wounds on her neck have disappeared. Hurry, go! Lucy? Lucy? Lucy, oh no. Lucy, come on, wake up. Wake up, Lucy. 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 No! No!
I'm right here.
Lucy?
I'm right here with you. warm hands. I like that.
You've no pulse, Lucy. No pulse at all. Lucy, what?
Kiss me. What? Please. Haven't you wanted to? I have. Oh, my love, I'm so glad you're here. Please, kiss me. I broke your heart, Johnny. And I shall never forgive myself until you forgive me. Please, take me back. Let me show you my true heart. You're right, you know. We do each of us have a secret life. I want you to know mine. So, close your eyes. Will you do that for me? Good. Now, kiss me.
Knock down your lie! No! For your living soul of mine, you shall not have him! What in God's name is going on?
Be mine!
Never!
No, please, no!
God, what's happening? Quiet, John. This is leaving her.
My true friend. Guard him from me. Give me peace. Keep him safe, for he is my true friend.
I smell it. It's over now. She's gone from us.
Have you praised your sufferings finally at an end?
Not so, John. I'm afraid this is just the beginning. We must arrange for a burial as soon as possible. Then we must fate.
Wait for what?
There are strange and terrible days ahead of us. I implore you, have faith in me. Let it be in your hearts. Pity me.
What for? As I have lost the light of my life.
Pity me because I know why.
But you tell us nothing. You test the limits of my sympathetic understanding.
Ah, Mr. Harker, according to your journal, you're in no danger, nor is Miss Mina. This room, while in the asylum, in fact, will remain safe so long as no stranger is granted permission to enter. You're right, Mr. Harker. Count Dracula is here in London. We shall find his whereabouts through you.
The name of the property, though, it still remains lost to me.
As you burn it from your journal, so do we burn it from your mind.
I will find it, Professor. I'm in your debt. You showed me that I did see what I thought I'd imagined. For that cure, I'm ever in your service.
To still be friends for all our lives. Now, there's much bitter water we must pass through, John, before we get to the sweet.
Enough! As I tell me your plan and leave me in peace, I'm through being spoken to like a child.
You're a grown man, is that right?
That's right.
And no longer my student.
That's right.
And a man who once saved my life.
Yes.
Well, John, our accounts are settled.
How do you mean?
I have just saved yours. She is the undead. The breathless, bloodletting vampire. Cursed with immortality, she must roam the earth, age after age, preying on the lifeblood of humanity, and spreading the evils of the world in an ever-widening circle of malevolent destruction. Nosferatu, scourge of Christendom, the lords of Lucifer.
Professor, you've gone mad!
Oh, that I had! Madness would be easy to bear compared with a truth such as this. Why do you think I took such time, such care to tell you? Knowing of your love for her, I wish to be gentle. But it is no longer your heart which is at stake, but your heart's admission.
If this wild tale be true, then we're too late, aren't we? Her soul is lost!
Lost save for our daring. Following her burial, we shall go to her tomb. This in secret. Protect your good name. And to bring no more of a kind down upon us. Once there, we shall drive a stake through her heart and sever her head from her body.
Professor, what have I done that you would torture me so? I will never consent to that. I'll not have a two young brain dishonored in such a way. To think that you, a learned man...
I'll show you the unthinkable charm. I'll show you. Come with me to her tomb, and I'll prove to you my theory is correct.
Drink up now. That's a good boy.
Won't you ask me to enter? My patience is wearing thin.
Where are you?
I'm everywhere. I'm rock and water, cloud and fog. I'm the hunt in the eyes of the beasts.
I've told you before. I've told you no. I will not be damned as the devil's accomplice.
Did I not send you the flies? Great fat ones with steel and sapphire on their wings. And the moths with the heads of dead emblazoned upon their backs.
Corrupted trappers.
Yes, but I will not stop there.
No. No more. I'm listening. No more.
Rats. Rats, rats, and more rats. Hundreds, thousands, millions of them. And every one alive.
No.
And cats to eat the rats. And dogs to eat the cats. All filled with luscious red blood. All filled with years and years of life.
And what to eat the dogs?
The wolves. All these lives I shall give you, from now till time eternal. All these lives shall be yours, if you will fall down and worship me.
I am your servant, master.
Now, bid me enter.
Enter, my lord and master. Enter. I've waited for you, master. I've waited with diligence for you.
And great shall be your reward.
Take me, master. Take me with you. Take me.
And there's another one.
Missing like the others?
Yes. A little boy. 6 years old. Found lost, disoriented. A bruise on his neck. Claiming like the others to have been snatched up by the bloofer lady.
How odd.
And on the day of Lucy's funeral. This was too much to bear. Jonathan, where are you going?
You'll be safe here, Mina.
That's not what I've asked you. There to be no secrets between us. That is our pact. Now, it is nearly midnight. Where are you going?
I can't tell you.
Why?
I've been asked
By whom? Jonathan, please.
By Professor von Helsing. He's assured us that neither of us is in any danger. However, Miss Lucy must be attended to, and the whereabouts of the Count must be determined.
Attended to? What can that mean? Lucy's been entombed for days, and not 2 hours ago we said our final prayers over her. Jonathan, please, you must tell me.
It's a clear way to say it, Mina. You must trust in my silence.
In all the great rounds of its daily course, the sun rises on nobler life, more miserable than mine. He has betrayed me. And mark these words, right now! Turn to the person next to you and borrow a pencil, for I shall not say this again. One should rather die than be betrayed. Oh, there's no deceit in death. It delivers precisely what is promised. Betrayal. Betrayal is the willful slaughter of hope. And it shall not sit.
Now it is time. Now that the sun is about to rise, let us look within.
Never mind journey more woeful night. Waiting around this graveyard for hours, and for what purpose?
Help us here, John. May your eyes see, but your heart denies.
My God.
It is as I feared.
Where is she? I saw her laid in this crib 2 days ago. And you... What have you done with her? Me? Not to recognize madness when I see it standing before me?
John, listen to me.
With what plans do you inflict upon the dead, and the malice that you draw the living to your ghastly deeds?
Pursue it, calm yourself.
What have you done with her?
You require proof? You shall have it.
It's a boy.
Back away. Back away himself.
It's a boy. Come and see me, little boy.
Who's there?
Wait.
I'm a friend of the children. I'm the Bloofer lady. Won't you come out and play? Hi there, Johnny. Want to be my little friend?
Lucy. Yeah.
Wait. The sun is about to rise.
Come to Lucy. My arms have been so hungry for you. Come and be my husband. Come to me and let me be yours.
That's not her, John. That's not the Lucy you know.
Who knows you better, Johnny? Who's loved you all these years?
It's deception. Nothing more. And it shall not work.
I know your thoughts, Jack. I know your wishes before you wish them.
Lucy, what have they done to you?
They've given me life. Life eternal. All yours for a kiss. Yours for just a kiss.
Just another minute, John. The sun will be up and we'll be safe.
You still want me, Johnny. I know it.
It's not your beauty that's gone. 'Tis your soul. Your soul is what I love best. Where is it gone? Answer me. My love has become hate, and my desire loathing. I can kill you myself.
Enough. Have patience. It will soon be over. Soon you will see her as she vows. The tools, Mr. Harker. The host, the holy bread, will sanctify her eternal bed. She will take her rest with the angels. John, if I could spare you any of this, I would.
Just be done with it.
Now, I shall hold the point over her heart and speak the holy words as you strike.
No,
John, you must.
it was my hand that loved her the best. In my hand that loved Elizabeth.
We come in the name of peace, for the sake of our dear friend Miss Lucy. May the light of heaven drive this wretched darkness from her soul. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Now, look now.
She has changed back.
No longer the devil's concubine, she is once again the Lucy we loved, her sweetness and purity restored. Now, if you will, kiss her, John, as she asked, and let this kiss send her to heaven. Mr. Harker and I will finish up here. Her mouth must be filled with garlic, and then her head severed. One step of our task will be finished, but the greater part will be to come. That of finding the author of these our sorrows, which rid him of the world.
Professor?
Yes?
When Miss Lucy screamed that final time, the Bible grew warm in my hands.
It's the power of the Lord.
But this further, there is a word now burned here into the cover.
Carfax.
That is the Count's destination.
Your son?
Yes.
Miss Lucy's final gift to us. John, do you know anything of this estate? John, what is it?
Had we known, we might have saved Lucy.
I don't understand.
Carfax that adjoins the asylum. He's been here all this time in our midst.
Mina!
The mad are mad, so long as they are chained. But loosed and afoot, we are the rampant, wretched same. Master!
Mina.
You assured me I would be.
I want you to be married.
And we will be in 2 months. The plans are made.
I want you to be married tonight. I want to partake of the holy bread and join our souls as man and wife.
But my love, why the rush?
Should any harm befall us, either of us,
But we're safe, darling. Jonathan, what is it?
the rosary.
You must have dropped it this morning as I dressed. There, you see? All is well.
As the days passed, I alone became aware of the changes within her. The skin growing more pale, the distant, listless gaze. The greater part of the secret seemed to be that she herself seemed unaware, a stranger to her own transformation.
Thank you all for coming. Shall waste no time in making my point. And if you feel I speak above my station, let the magnitude of circumstance be my apology. This darkness, this silence between us must come to an end. We must work together as a group. Be stronger that way than we are alone. I have these last 3 nights slept fitfully. Been plagued by terrible noises and disturbing dreams. You've been in search of the Count. So too, I fear have I.
My God.
I remember nothing, but the marks are perfectly clear. Now you must tell me, is this how poor Lucy died? Through some maladventure involving the Count? You must answer me, Professor.
There are such things as vampires. They have been wherever men have ever been. The Nosferatu have the strength of 20 men. The ancient ones, such as our Count, come armed with the cunning of the ages. He can change himself into wolf or bat, mist or fog, any form of nature which suits him. He casts no shadow, can be seen in no mirror. And for his sustenance, one thing only, the blood of the living. When his pamel is plenty, he becomes younger, his faculties stronger, his ghastly powers more vital by the hour.
And to those bitten, his hunger brings death.
Death of goodness, yes. But life eternal to the damned.
But how could
Those bitten repeatedly, as I pray to our Lord, you have not been, become the same as that which has afflicted them. The creatures of the night.
But how could such a change befall Mina? She is pure of heart. She's never done anything to bring this on.
So too I'm afraid is the Count. I have studied him for many years. In life he was a man of utmost virtue. Horror it is, my friend. That this evil grows strongest in a heart most pure.
You assured us you were safe here, Professor. You gave me your word.
He has bested our knowledge so far, but...
Waste no more of our time. Tell me directly, is there no way to defeat this monster?
Oh, yes, Mr. Harker, there is a way. He has all these many powers, but he is not free. He is shackled to the laws of the night. His powers, like all evil things, end with the coming of the day. Certain objects hold a telling power over him. The garlic you know of, the bread of Holy Communion, the Holy Cross of our Lord, and the stem of the wild rose, when placed on his coffin, serves to seal him within. He cannot enter a place unless someone who dwells there first bids him enter.
Meaning someone must have been Lucy.
And Mina.
And more to the moment, He must each day sleep in his native soil, or he will die.
The digging.
Exactly. That is the sound you heard at the castle. Boxes of Transylvanian soil being filled. Boxes that are now here in London.
The ship's squad noticed the Count's cargo as being in 50 boxes. This morning at Carfax, the Professor and I found only 49 of them.
I sanctified the soil of each, making them of no use to the Count. When we find the last box, we will find the man himself. These words are born above all others. If we in this room fail, our fate is not one of mere life and death. It is that we become as him. Foul things of night, without conscience, without heart, feeding on the quivering bodies of those we love best. If we fail, to us forever the gates of heaven shut. So, look into your hearts and ask yourselves, are we to cower in the face of such adversity? Or are we, as Miss Mina has so bravely said, to rise up against this wretch and take him to his true death? With a firm belief in science and a firm reliance on faith, we pledge our whole selves.
Amen.
Now, we've either sealed the fate of the Count or the death knell of ourselves. Now to our...
She has no strength. None at all.
Quick, to the bed. She's lost more blood than we've lost.
Nothing.
John, your coat, take it off. We'll take his veins ready.
Have a seat. We're going to do a little something.
What?
It's perfectly safe, Mr. Harker.
We're going to transfuse your blood.
What?
It's quite fun. I've done it myself. What we're going to do is very simple, actually. We're going to take some blood out of your veins and pump it directly into hers. She needs it. Are you ready?
No. Warn me about that.
What we're going to do is once we're hooked up here, just going to turn this crank every few seconds or so.
Now watch. Get up. We're returning the life which he has stolen.
So that's what that is.
Steady now.
He's gone, sir. He's escaped.
Who?
He left us on him!
Ah! Did he use the word master? Did he mention that term?
Well, yes, he did.
Ah! You'll lead us to the... Count, hurry!
I can't leave here.
Professor, we don't have no time. Only you know his mind. Only you can confront him.
Mr. Harker, you must...
Professor, you must go.
Now, Professor!
Go, before it's too late.
All day and all night do I wait, but nothing. Promises of bloody creatures teeming with life, but nothing. Not even a measly little bloodfly, nothing.
Professor! Dr. Seward? Someone, come quickly!
I was to be yours, master. I was to serve you through the ages.
Someone in here! Please help us!
I tried to warn them, I tried, but I won't listen. He's nothing but a wanton sailor with a cape, anyway. Oh, he'll keep his promises to her. She'll get her life. She'll get her blood because she's beautiful. Because she pleases him. Because he can skewer her with his teeth.
Professor! Someone in here, help us!
But what of the rest of us? What of the great unbeautiful multitudes? Those of us born hideous, blessed only with honest devotion. It is we who love you more truly, more deeply than she. I knew you'd return. Forget not, forget not me who loves you, forget not your servant. I knew there would be a place for me in your kingdom. A holy...
Surely.
Mina, my beautiful flower.
What are you?
I have dined with kings. I have commanded nations. I have watched time chisel lines into the faces of young women. But time will never scar you with its hand, Mina. You are for the ages.
The rosary. Mina.
Petty toys, Mr. Harker. I'm no longer the weak man you met in Transylvania. Your gift of England has made me strong. I quite like it here. One could, it seems, return again and again and never get one scared.
Stay away from her.
Please, Mr. Harker, you know how I prize stability. Another sound and I shall let you feast upon your brains.
Let her be.
Oh, sweet Mina.
No. You won't.
Yes, I quite like it here. The men of England live in lives of order and reason. Not a ripple disturbs the quiet surface of their complacency. But standing water grows fetid, you see, giving rise to disease. The complacent man is my puppet, and his lover my bride.
But why me? What have I done?
You are their treasure, Mina. You stir their dreams, leaving envy in your wake. All of them, not just your betrothed, but all of them desire your love. And now you, their best beloved flower, are mine. Blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, kin to my kin, cup of my desire. You are weak, but in these veins flows strength, eternal life. Drink and be mine. When I do but whisper, come to me. You shall travel the ages to do my bidding. You will cross oceans of time.
Oh my God! Our theory has proved fact. What have you done with them?
I have done all that I can. Given food to one, rest to another, and heaven to a third.
Leave her alone!
diamond has been sanctified by God. Box after box after box.
No!
Your Gruffinhole has been destroyed.
Shall you be sorry, each and every one of you? My revenge has just begun.
You've nowhere left to hide.
Eternity shall comfort me.
Your time is drawing near.
Centuries will be my home.
Truly I make one God, and him is my salvation.
Do not mock me with your foolish prayers.
They seek to cast them down, they delight in
Take
lies.
the lovers, my
But
jackals.
God is my salvation.
To soften your throats for the hunger of my
And the Lord God has spoken!
No sign of him?
100 white wolves, running to the sea, and with each step becoming mist, fog, disappearing in the darkness.
What is it? What has happened?
It's all right now. You're safe. He's gone.
Mina. Oh God, help her. What's happened? There's blood. Is this his handiwork? Jonathan! I'm here.
All these years, you wanted nothing more than access to the soul of a madman. If I'd only known.
Amid all our miseries, we have learned one thing. Notwithstanding his powers, he fears us.
How can you say that?
He fears time, he fears want. If not, why his hurried escape? The heart of our plan, the destruction of his ancient soil, is yet sound.
There's still one box remaining.
That box, I propose, is for travel.
So where?
Where else? To Transylvania, to the soil he must have to survive.
Oh, Jonathan. I'm unclean. You must not ever touch me or kiss me again. Such cruel fate that I am to be feared by him whom I love most of all. There's a poison in me, an insurrection in my soul that will lead God knows where. This above all you must promise me, that if his influence wins me, if I am so changed that I become a beast such as he, you must kill me.
Never.
No.
Without remorse, without hesitation.
Do not ask this of me.
I'm infected by this enemy. There's blood on my lips. There's blood in my veins.
Mina?
And my blood in his. Doctor.
What?
Hypnotize me.
Do what?
You know the procedure, Lucy told me.
Well, yes, I do, but...
There's one way to know his thoughts and thus track him safely.
What would that be?
Through his blood. Through me.
Of course, we've been blind, but Miss Mina has helped us to see. We too have power, so let them now be marshaled against us. Against him. John, do as she asks. And through Miss Mina, let his thoughts be known. Mr. Harker, you must prepare a passage for us, for it is you who have been to where I suspect we are going. Transylvania, the lair, the Count.
Look now. Deep into your mind. What do you see?
Darkness. Nothing more.
Well, let's head east. Well, the Orient Express.
I had the men make out the wills before we left. This is no idle precaution.
And now, what do you see? The same?
Yes. Darkness all around me. A musty smell.
The Count in his coffin is working.
And beyond, the sound of waves. Pounding. Pounding.
The hypnosis reveals the Count is traveling by boat.
So we proceed overland, by rail. Each found before he does.
Days later, it's still the same.
No. It's different. The waves have stopped. Footsteps.
He's reached the port.
And we are here, at Varna, waiting for him.
Where is he?
We searched the ship, high and low.
Nothing!
But he has tricked us.
He sailed to another port!
That is the problem with the hypnosis, my friends. Sometimes it may work both ways. We may know our thoughts through Miss Mina.
Sound of water again. But not crashing. Softer sound.
He's on the river?
Yes. The river. That's it. That's the sound.
The Seraph. I know of it from my travels. It runs round the Borgo Pass.
And to the castle.
I'll secure a boat and follow him on the water.
Yes, and take Mr. Harker with you.
And what Mina?
I shall take her to the castle.
Have you gone mad?
She alone can lead us there. She alone can take us to the heart of his crypt, and there we shall effect his demise.
Not for the world will I allow this. Not for heaven or for hell.
Say no more.
She is our strongest weapon in this.
You do not know what that place is.
Please say no more.
You've been inside that hellish den where ghastly shapes take form in every speck of dust? Answer me, Professor!
Mr. Harker,
You have not felt his hungry lips upon your throat!
I take her down to save her!
Please! Say no more. He is listening even now. Through me, he hears your every word. If you treasure me, you will say no more. From this moment on, tell me nothing.
No, Mr. Harker.
On your soul does this lie.
We are on the river now, Mr. Harker and I, following the Count's ship.
The Professor and I by carriage to the castle.
The change is unmistakable.
Sunrise, this weakness, but at sunset, this strength, this hunger.
Each day I can see the vampire taking hold within her.
My gums are sore from the force of the teeth coming alive in my mouth.
May God make us ministers of this monster's destruction.
What is this that my body welcomes, that my mind most fears?
And now the ship reaching port, docking.
The castle now in sight.
There's the box.
The wooden box being tied to a team, hitched to a wagon.
The castle gate reached, and in the distance a wagon approaches. A wagon with no driver at its head.
Horses procured, and we give chase. The last light of day fading.
We must reach him in his coffin before the light is gone.
United of fury, we are chasing the sunset.
The castle door, the carriage stops.
The sun is about to set. And there
Before us is the object of our chase.
quickly now.
Mina, where is she?
Harker, help me!
Let us deal with the Count first before it is too late. The holy bread shall create a sacred circle. He shall not be able to cross. Should he escape his coffin?
The sun is gone.
Quickly, Mr. Harker.
The stake!
Now!
Jonathan, won't you come and be my husband? My bridesmaids have brought me to the altar. Won't you come and marry me now?
Away!
It's not too late. We can still save you.
Back away!
There to be no secrets between us. Look, here is the holy bread. Won't you come and marry me now?
Mina.
Come to me, Mina. Marry yourself to me.
And God is my strength and my salvation!
You
Mina,
are
no.
my bride.
Mina, be strong!
We shall
It's
travel
out.
the ages together.
My strength and my glory is in God!
No.
The holy bread!
Gods be praised!
Get him!
It is over. Our work has not been in vain.
And should I think have some sympathy for the hunted?
Mina?
His misery is the saddest of all. His soul too should be saved.
You've sent his soul to eternal hell, where it belongs.
Mr. Harker, let us speak.
For someday I too may be in need of such compassion. Would you then do the same for me? Had I been so guilty?
She is correct. Our task is but half complete.
He must be to heaven sent. Now and only now our work is complete.
Mina, the marks. The ones on your neck, they're gone. Completely gone.
Praise be to God. And now, may you, Mina and Jonathan, be rightfully joined in his name. And may these dark hours serve only to strengthen your resolve. May the light of love drive all fear from your heart, now and forever.
It's gone. The hair, the skin, the teeth, the bones, the man himself, all crumbled into dust and gone.
The God of Light has emerged victorious. But there is no joy in such a victory. For the web of darkness is constantly being spun. So we swear, what we have seen with our own eyes and heard with our own ears shall remain with us always, not as memory, as living truth.
Thank you. We are all of us grateful for your patronage. And we leave you with this one final thought. That a foe, though gone from sight, still exists. A fear, once rooted in your mind, is yours forever. Sweet dreams.